and Stratton from As Wood Turns. Last weekend, 2 of my brothers came for a visit. We held a wood turning turnover. One has had limited turning experience, the other has had none. So I set him up with a few projects and we went off and running. Meanwhile, our wives went to the Saturday market. They made an urgent callback. They wanted a bud vase. So, as soon as that project was finished, we went and did bud vases. They turned out pretty good. Then, the attention turned to bud vases for daughters and daughters-in-law. So we made several of them, like this one. Now, in this video, I'll show making mine on this video. My brothers are a bit camera shy. At the end of the video, I'll show all of the bud vases, and you can choose which one you like the best. We do have a little bit of sibling rivalry, but you be the judge. Meanwhile, let's see how this turns out.
First, I selected a suitable piece of wood. This one I rough cut into a rectangular block several months ago. It has been inside my studio. It's somewhat about half dry, half green. I mounted it between centers using a step center in the spindle. A step center prevents severe catches because it will spin if it encounters too much pressure. After quickly roughing the block to round with a spindle roughing gouge, the first order of business is to cut a dovetail tenon on the end that will become the bottom of the vase. I used a spindle gouge and cleaned up the dovetail with a skew. Then switch out the step center for a scroll chuck and mount the block in the chuck. I kept the tailstock in against the block for most of the turning for safety's sake. Then start taking away the wood to see what kind of bud vase is hiding inside the wood. Here a bowl gouge was handy, so I used it. I envisioned a somewhat flared base, then a bulb with a long neck flaring out at the top. The rest of the details would depend on the wood. When I got close to final shape, I brought out a skew. I can get a much cleaner surface with a skew as long as I don't get a catch and generate widely pitched screw threads in unwanted places. As I neared completion of the bulb section, a nasty crack showed up, so the oval changed to become smaller and with a taper towards the bottom. I decided I'd better drill it out before sanding it, just to make sure there were no more surprises in store. I have a glass insert that measures about 3 inches long. It requires a 7/16 inch hole. I marked the depth with tape on the drill bit. I made a slight depression on the top with a skew to help center the bit. Even with cleaning out the chips from the drill bit, going this deep produces a shrill squeal while drilling. A little of my beeswax and mineral oil mix kept the noise down. The skew did get away from me on the neck portion, so the neck became a little smaller, but that's okay after all. Then a little more fine tuning on the neck and base, and I'm ready to sand. I coated it liberally with beeswax and mineral oil and went up through the grits, ending with 600 grit. Then buff up the finish, part it off, sand the bottom, sign it, and insert the glass vial. Now I have a nice bud vase in apricot for my wife for Mother's Day. Now I'll show you my brother's vases. To feed our sibling rivalry, please indicate your favorite in a comment below this video. Meanwhile, please subscribe to my channel and visit my website at aswoodturns.com. Until the next video, this is Alan Stratton from aswoodturns.com.